Hello, everybody, and welcome to. Oh, my voice sounds spooky. Welcome to this weekend edition of Banter Blitz. I'm your host, Jan Gustafsson, coming to you live for, I guess it's like 12 seconds delayed. I don't know. Maybe it's live. I think we'll never know. From my very basement, that means this sound is a little spookier, but to compensate for it, the lighting is a little worse, and I'm not dressed up. I'm home alone. My family's in Norway. That normally means, and this weekend has been rougher than usual, that I go back to degenerate mode, the way I've lived through pretty much all my 20s. Instantly. That means I got home late last night and I fell asleep on the couch watching basketball. Then I woke up in the middle of the night, sort of tumbled into bed, fell asleep again while I was watching stuff on YouTube. Then I was half awake, wondering, should I switch off YouTube? Is this annoying? Like old Craig Ferguson interviews or whatever it was that was running there. I thought, nah. And I fell back asleep again. It was kind of creeping into my dreams, like Craig Ferguson talking to Ricky Gervais or some weird stuff. But I was too lazy to switch it off. And then I got up at some point, like 2 p.m. And I was wondering if I should leave the house to get food. I said, nah. So I just had a coffee and some yogurt. I did find the willpower to take a shower, so that's good. And walk all the way downstairs to my basement. And that brings us here, where we can play some lovely chess games. This is the highly professional Banter Blitz with Jan Gustafsson, where if you happen to be a Chess24 premium member, you can challenge me to a game of 5-minute chess. You can also watch your time improving your chess. For example, why not watch the new 8-hour-long video series on how to convert an advantage with yours truly, but mainly world-class teacher and one of the nicest guys around, Artur Yusupov. I highly recommend that one, as well as the previous Artur series, Prophylactic Thinking. I at least learned a lot from those. If you are not a premium member, I think those you can also purchase individually. But then you can't partake in Banter Blitz and all these wonderful activities we are having. Alright, plug over. Now, I might get some theme music at some point so that we can signal people. This is the start of the game action, the gamification. I've been told gamification is very important in this world we're living in. Let's see if there's somebody I can play against. What about, you're too strong for the first game. But I clicked already. So here we go. 1d4, knight f6 versus Giggy. Or Gigi? Gigi Hadid? No, I guess it's a double G, so it should be Giggy. Was my clock running while he was thinking? It looked like that, wasn't it? Or maybe I am going crazy. Cray cray, as the kids say. Good old King's Indian. I'll play this system, which, well, that applies to most systems, but I haven't really looked at yet, but I have a lot of sympathy for it, and I have a feeling I've played it a couple times in Banter Blitzes, normally saying I should really study this. The point is you delay knight f3, and after e5 you go d5, intending to go for a quick g4, which makes a lot of sense to me. I'm always a little uneasy in all King's Indians, I feel. I don't understand them particularly well, but in the general idea behind this, I have a lot of time for. Now if black wants to go for f5 after gf, his king might just be as exposed, while white has this half attacking, half prophylactic plan of pushing his h-pawn up the board as well to keep black sort of honest. He goes for the direct king h8, knight g8, clearly signaling his intentions to go f5. I'm not sure what I should do about it. g5 is a typical move, then f5, gf6. So that's certainly an option. One could also go for stuff like this, which I'll do, and probably I'll get crushed and be very upset. But it's a structure I'm always curious about. Even though that looks wrong. Does look a little wrong. if white can just manage to keep the structure stable on the king side. And follow up by, I don't know, closing it somehow, h5, f4, bishop f2, g5, and then play on the queen side, where long term white does have an advantage, but it does look a little shady. So you can already tell I'm not that well versed in King's Indian details. Not for lack of trying, I've spent a lot of time looking at it, but there's something about these positions that doesn't merge well with my massive brain. Oh, clocks aren't on screen? That is true. What happened to the clocks? Maybe Jan forgot to cut them out? It's not impossible. Here's one clock. My apologies. Here's another clock. See, I'm ahead on the clock, even though I did all this cutting. Yeah, good enough for now. Bishop f6, I guess I should go g5. Ugh, come on. You can do it. Carnicero is saying, be careful with typos when you ask to see the clock. I could not agree more. I feel like I'm missing some joke here, but that has happened before. All right, so this position, I believe I've achieved my lofty goal of doing something. What do I do next? The knight, I don't really want to put it there, so I guess I should try to... Grandmaster Lee thinking, all right, I'll go here. Maybe bishop d3, knight e2 was more prudent. I'm not sure at all. I guess I should put my queen on c2. So after queen d2, I can't go knight f2 because f4 traps the bishop. That would not be ideal. Looks like Giggy wants to take his time. c5 is interesting, anticipating that the position might get closed on the king side and trying to make it tough for me to break through on the queen side as well. Do I take here? I never understand these things. That's my problem with chess. I believe I'll take, mainly because it's more my style to keep the position slightly more open. If that is a good decision, I am not so sure, because of course my king in the distant future could feel a little awkward. That's something I know, there's something about feeling a little awkward on this queen side now that the position has been opened up a bit. So my best guess is DC. Might not have been best, and a more patient approach was what the doctor ordered, but I feel more at home in slightly more open positions. Surprisingly, because I'm trying to build up this image of a very, let's call it, careful player. But if the position gets too close, I'm not feeling it. Wasn't I threatening anything? I was hoping to be threatening something. Maybe it was all a dream. 95, queen a2, 97. No, that's not going anywhere, is it? Knight f4, ef 95. That looks fun. But rook f4. Ugh. Still 95? Let's do it. Who has the time to think about all this stuff? So my point is a bishop check on c3 should bring back quite some material. I wasn't so sure about rook f4 because then obviously after I take, I don't have the bishop to give a check here anymore. So I was hoping rook f4, knight d5 might be good. But yeah, I did not really think it all through. But as I said, it's more fun to have the position slightly more open so I can use my tactical expertise to flag Giggy, which is all I really want to do. What are we talking about? Lefty John is asking, Jan, what are you reading now? I haven't been a good reader. I am still in this what's called Jan Venner biography, the Rolling Stone guy, who, yeah, I think he miscalculated, thinking that he would get all these music legends to praise him in his biography. Not that much praise, and it's interesting because it's sort of, yeah, I think I've talked about this. Signals the bit of the end of an era of these dominant figures, or maybe the end of an era, the Harvey Weinsteins, the Trumps, the Jan Wenners that built empires. Who else comes to mind? So I'm reading that one. But yeah, I've been a slow reader, or well, I'd like to say I've been busy, but of course I haven't been busy. I've just been lazy and spending my time watching more TV and nonsense. You know how it is. It's tough to read these days with all these distractions out there, isn't it? With the lovely internet built to distract us every 2 seconds. Very hard to finish a book. Rook h5, showing off bishop h5, of course, would have run into f7, followed by checkmate. While now I can do my favorite thing. Grab the queen instead of checkmate. And Giggy number 3 does resign. Good game. Giggy, that was fun. I don't really think my combination worked, but fun it was. It's knight f4. Probably rook f4. Not sure how I feel about this. Might work. Queen a2, knight takes. After ef bishop c3 always wins material back, so the risk is so limited. Who knows? Thank you for the game. Let's play another one. And since this is an eternal plug, I should also mention the voucher code Janistan. Eternal plug? That doesn't even make sense. That gets you 15% off. Blah, blah, blah. I'll play against Psycho Thinker. Oh, Psycho Thinker. That reminds me, one embarrassing fact. For a student of cinema, a cinephile, that's not a dirty thing. Just look it up. A cinephile like myself is I've never seen the movie Psycho. It's on my watch list. I think I have it on, well, it's somewhere, Amazon, Netflix. I might even have bought it, but I've never watched it. Which, yeah, is something that has to be rectified one day. d6 is a move I've never played, because knight c6 is sort of more logical. But every now and then we have to mix it up to refresh our relationship with the lovely game of chess, don't we? Knight f6, knight g5, do I resign? Hopefully not. Hopefully d5 is fine. Or I don't know what to do. I guess move the pieces out. Normally after d6. They do play d4 when there's these systems with ed4 that I don't really trust. Or the old school systems with knight f6, hoping for knight c3, knight bd7 and so on. Now the position looks very Gioco Piano-esque. It's pretty much similar plans like in the Italian. But I have not committed my knight to c6 yet, so I can maybe put the pawn here instead. Knight c3, do I go a5, bishop g4, I like knight bd7 maybe. The most flexible. Lefty Jaw's asking, have you read The Lost Symbol, Dan Brown? I haven't read any Dan Brown. I think I tried at some point, but the way this man uses language is very weird to me. Does that make sense? Like, he can't really... all his comparisons and the way he builds sentences. I didn't dig it. Can I take here? I want to take here. Is that good or bad or ugly? We'll find out. My point is knight e4, rook e4, d5. And win my piece back. Although it might cost me a pawn, but d5 I didn't really think it through. Knight c3, if bc I should be sort of alright, but ef6, knight d1, fe7 I haven't done a body count to be perfectly honest. Oh, and Psycho Thinker goes for it. Big champion of chess. Who would have known? Who would have thought? Alright, knight d1, fe, I'm sort of not getting enough pieces. That's unfortunate, but I don't really see an alternative. Bishop f6, bc. Maybe. It's also ugly. I'll play this, but it looks lost, to be perfectly honest. bc, bishop c3, and either bishop g5 or knight g5 both look very, very scary. Mainly knight g5, queen h5. Here I guess I'm also worse, but not that much worse maybe. If I can shut out this bishop, put a pawn on f6 to fight along the long diagonal. This doesn't look horrible. Should get my pieces out though. Here. I don't have that many pieces, so that in theory should make it easier to get them out. But not easy to find a good square for this bishop. Knight e5, bishop e6, who knows. What's happening in the chat? Chessman1963 is asking, Jan, have you watched Dark on Netflix? I have watched that. Not a big fan, but that I think has a lot to do with me being German, and as Germans, we're very self-conscious. But I thought the show was too German, if that makes sense. Like, it was, living up to all the cliches, like very well thought out, very organized, not funny. No one ever laughs in that city of Winden. I don't know, I've only heard good reviews. I'm the only person I've talked to that didn't like it, and it's very cleverly constructed, but it felt like homework. Like I have to figure out who is who in what time and who's related to whom, and I wasn't into it. Like, I'm not a big Stranger Things fan either, but at least that's sort of fun and they're cute. Well, Dark, it felt depressed Germans walking around in the rain looking all serious. Well, it's meant to be serious, but it's on a sort of nonsense subject matter of time travel, right? So maybe it's not nonsense. All this time is a flat circle. So many TV shows have been telling us. Might be something to it. Anyway, I'm rambling. I was not the biggest fan of Dark, but everybody else likes it, so don't listen to me. Build your own opinion. In this game, I guess I should be okay by now. I do have 2 pawns and a rook for 2 pieces, which in theory should be enough, but I have to be careful not to get checkmated. And Psycho Thinker is playing very well, very aggressively. Knight h4 here, trying to pose new problems by putting his knight on f5. So I'm gonna try to do something about that. Bishop e6, queen h5, maybe rook e8. b6, c5 would also be on my to-do list. He goes knight f5 anyway. Can't really tolerate that guy there. Here, knight h6, I can go king h8, right? We'll see. Maybe I should just have taken, actually. I was intending to take. No, I was intending to play queen h5, but I forgot. Oh boy. Queen h5, I believe, was my intention when I played bishop e6. Who can remember all these things? Now he's gonna go g4 or queen g4, and I'll be scared again. King h8, does it work? Ugh, it is very, very scary all of a sudden. Not happy. Unhappy. Very unhappy. I really have to find time to go c5, d4, but I might get checkmated before any of that materializes. This was the only legal move, so it came to me easily. Hang on, tactics, c5 takes, rook c8, complicated. Queen d4, rook c3, queen c3, g8, queen f6, king g8. Doesn't look that great, does it? Nah, I'd rather do nothing and flag him. I'm not sure if you got the line. I was talking about c5, pawn takes, rook c8 to win some time, but after queen d4, I can't take yet because this was hanging, so I would have to take here first and then take, and f6 was hanging. Didn't look right. A lot of Winter Olympics talk. I haven't really followed it at all yet, mainly because I was doing my degenerate business. Even though watching Winter Olympic does sound fairly degenerate, so no, I'm not into it yet. I can't say I'm a big student of the winter sports, but let me know what I should catch up on. Here I'm getting crushed. Queen h4 strong. I didn't see it. Oh, now he has too many pieces in the danger zone. Anything I can do? I don't really want to play this move because prolonging this bishop like this looks horrible, but I got scared. Queen g5, d4, ooh. Does not look good. Queen d4 also looks strong. What's the threat? Knight f5? Maybe not yet. Who knows? Probably knight f5 is a threat. And c5, queen g7 takes. Ah, he has knight g7. So why are you playing so strong? You're 1794? What's going on there? Okay, but time to win on time. Enough being cute. Good game by Psycho Thinker. I will flag him, but he played excellently. And yep, I have nothing bad to say. Well played, Psycho Thinker. It's a tongue twister, isn't it? Psycho Thinker. Yep. I'm impressed. Nothing else I can say. You played very well. Let's play Gewaltig from the Germanys. Missing an E here, but I'm guessing that's on purpose. Gewaltig means, what does it mean? Giant, impressive, powerful, stuff like that. And I guess in the south they will swallow that E and not say gewaltig, like we would say over here in the north, but gewaltig. I don't know. He might not be here though. Gewaltig, he's not around, so sorry Gewaltig, not gonna be able to play you. Then we play Losing. Losing down the street in my 6-4. Let's see if Losing is here. And let's hope he wants to do some losing, because I will crush him. Sorry for all the cheap puns. Of course, he's Spanish, and his first name is Luis. And his second name is, I don't know, Indigo? Probably not Indigo. Let's check in with the chat. Yeah, a lot of praise for my last game opponent, who played very well. We have another King's Indian. What do I do this time around? We'll go for the main line, maybe? The main line. Bishop e3 has been my go-to move for the last 22 years, but the results aren't great. think my results are quite okay when I play this bayonet attack, which for some reason has fallen out of favor. I'm not sure why. I haven't seen people do it that much in recent years. Then again, you don't see people doing the King's Indian that much, so that might have something to do with it. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Normally a4, knight d2, and have a look around is a part of the plan. Well, theory? All looks like theory to me. Not sure about knight b3, but I'm a simpleton. I want to go c5. So I'll try to do that very thing. I don't really want to go f3 and give this square. So can I go c5 and give the pawn? Maybe, maybe not. If losing is also just gonna crush me, I'll get upset. Just so you know. Knight d2, the knight looked silly on b3. Maybe knight b3 was not the right idea to begin with. Ah, it goes e3, of course, yeah. Not fully there. And yeah. My opponent clearly is not gonna miss a step. Might just check maybe knight g3 coming, bishop d4. Yeah, this has not been a great outing by me so far. I'm also confused. Let's see what's going on. Bishop h6. That maybe means my confusion was exaggerated. I don't know. This knight bothers me. I don't want to get checkmated with some queen h4, knight g3, so I'll take and take on d6 and pretend it's all part of the master plan. And Karthik had technical problems, and that sometimes happens. We shall try again, if I remember, which I have a horrible memory, but we'll figure it out. Rook f6, probably a good move. I can't take because of queen b6. So I don't want to take here, even though maybe that's the sensible thing to do. Yeah, I guess I should, right? No. It's sad. But I feel I don't really have time to mess around with my knight further. Go knight c4 or whatnot. Instead, I'll pretend that I have great compensation for the exchange because of Dario Saric, the D pawn. I like to call him Dario Saric. Go Dario! Bishop g5, well played, but I'm optimistic again. Just making sure I don't get checkmated over here. But so far, this bishop does cover this square, which is useful. Rook d8. Can I go? Can I go? Rook d7, queen d7. I'm still covering this square often enough, according to my count. e4, a5, e4, a6. I'm gonna keep wondering if this is checkmate, but so far it does not look like. Oh, I missed queen b3, which, okay. I will have counterplay with all the passes, but maybe I should have thought about this before I push my pawn. Queen f6 attacks the rook. Should I give a check? Also not sure where to put this guy. g1 looks like the safest, but it can also get hit by bishop e3, which at the same time keeps an eye on this. Who knows? Now that I have bishop c4 check, my bishops are less loose in all these lines because a little Zwischenschach is always useful. So I'm confident. Eden goes after Mr. Bishop, but that's why I said the Zwischenschach will be very useful whenever the bishop is sort of hanging, such as here, and that buys me half a move to run. Run. Don't run. Alright, time to finish this, but how? Normally, if in doubt, give some random check. Should be made somehow, I can't really think it through yet. Random check first, then we'll see. Queen d5, rook d5, queen d5, king f8, no mate. And more random checks. Grandmasterly calculating, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gents, I represent. I can't see a mate. Maybe there's a mate. Maybe there's no mate. Queen a3, king g. King g7 is not legal, so that helps. Bishop e7. That's what I was thinking. Can't see it before I lose on time. I'll just... Important to stop the back rank mate. We've discussed this topic. And Luis, I am loses on time, but in my defense, I had a couple of queens and stuff as well. Thanks for the game, Luis. That was very interesting. Don't repeat my opening play. And I've mentioned I would try again to play Dr. Gewaltig, because yes, sometimes stuff happens. I agree with the Henker that Luis put up a good fight, and if my attention would have dropped 1 second, I would have gotten checkmate. He played a good game. Here we're playing the Exchange Slav, an old pet. Well, weapon is a bit strong, but pet project of mine. I still believe that it's not really worse than any of the other lines you could play against the Slav. Of course, it's not the refutation, but normally white gets a reasonably playable position. Of course, there are some sharper lines where black tries to exchange to equalize directly. But I think it's reasonable. And here white is a little better. This bishop on c8 is stuck. Queen d7 is a funny looking move. Is that a mouse slip? What's that about? I don't get it. I'll castle first. Ah, he wants to go b5. Okay, maybe I should have gone knight a4 to stop that. Okay. But knight b5, doesn't that win a pawn maybe? Knight b5, a, bishop b5, bishop b7, knight e5. He can take. What's that position? Ah, but I can also take on c6 first. Okay, that's maybe easier. Sorry for the internal monologue. What I meant was bishop b7. I thought if I go knight e5, he takes. Bishop d7, knight ed7 should be good for white. But who really knows? But I can also take here. And now go knight e5, after which I will emerge at least one pawn up. Or so I thought. Welcome, Ariton 8. Maybe I overestimated my position a bit. I thought I was more or less winning, but after rook a2, with this pawn hanging, it's not that simple. He can't take, or I thought he can't because of queen b3. So if I get time to go queen b3 and b5 or whatever, then I should be in pretty good shape. Rook b2. Good move again. Here maybe? Takes, bishop b4, rook b1, rook c8, rook b4. Looks good. Maybe rook b3, but not rook b3 at knight a5. So the line I was talking about is if he takes here, rook to b1, and then tries to pin me by going rook c8. But after rook b4, I thought I was winning. Because if queen b4, knight b4, I cover my queen on c2. And okay, we have a different position, but I'll elaborate on that exciting topic some other day. No, I just want to push. Brian the b-pawn. Knight d6, I guess I can simplify things. Like this. The endgame should be fairly hopeless after knight f5 takes b5. This pawn is just pretty fast. Pretty fast. Pretty fast. Anything wins, so the question is how to get the job done. But if I remember the series with Yusupov, he mentioned something about do not hurry. So I'll try not to blunder my rook and I'll try not to rush. And if I can manage to do that, then the extra exchange and extra pawn should be plenty. And Karthik resigns. All right, I'll try. I'll cut you a deal, Roman Orthodox. I'll play you next game and you shut up. Can we do that? Let's see. I'll try to do it all. A great service here. Let's see what Roman Orthodox is up to. He goes d4. I shall bring the knight out And I believe it's time for the ferocious two Knights Tango. Not the greatest of openings, but on the plus side, it's also not the worst opening ever invented. We can spend some time moving the knight around, then develop the bishop, and then do something else maybe. d6, there's always this trick with b4 that bothers me, so I'll start castling because d6, b4, bishop takes b4, queen a4 check is a little annoying. No, d6, knight a4 bothers me. I'll just never move the d-pawn. Here my pieces are on reasonably decent squares. It's never that easy to develop an initiative on the king side in these positions. But with both my knights here, the bishop on this diagonal, there are some chances. Queen c2 looks like a mistake because now after bishop g4 he has to spend more time addressing all my devious threats. Not that devious, but still spending some time. h3, if I go back, which I would like to, there's knight takes e5. But I feel my initiative might be strong enough that I can get away with that. Like knight e5, bishop h5, queen h4, and stuff should happen on the king side. I like to pre-move such things just to show that I didn't blunder it, even though that's probably stupid. And after knight e5, if I spent a second, I would probably spot knight g3 winning material or something like that. But, you know, we are all very primitive creatures that like to show off. And I am certainly not an exception. Yeah, now my pieces, I could have gone f5, maybe that was more in the spirit, but now my pieces are extremely active and it's going to be very hard to defend against all kinds of shenanigans, like, well, I was going to say bishop h3, now queen g5 is a typical tactic, which normally wins the queen because d2 is hanging, and knight h3 and queen g2 are threats. So it's going to be hard to defend against all of those. Knight f3 defense against some of them, but not all. Thanks for the game, Roman Orthodox. Generally, in this structure, it's risky to give up the dark square bishop, bishop g5, and bishop takes f6. Does help me. I would try to restrict that bishop, go b4, and then black is fine already, but b4 followed by h3, something like that. Thanks for the game. Let's play another one. Let's play our old friend Danko, whom we've played once. Lefty John is asking about the Pacers last night. I didn't see much. I fell asleep watching, what did I watch? Pistons against Clippers. And I checked in the morning. Dame Lillard, who's on my fantasy team, scored 50 in 3 quarters, so that was good. But since Porzingis got hurt on my fantasy team, it's all downhill from here for me. The Henker is one of these creative types who thinks, I'll play 1b5. And then, should I win, I'll have won, even though I play 1b5. Well, should I lose, I can say, but I play 1b5. I was supposed to lose. So that's always the built-in excuse you have with these goofy openings. Having said that, 1b5 is not that terrible. So I am not that much against it. It's not like 1f6 or whatever. As for the position, a4 looked logical. I must admit, I've never studied this much. But I guess white is a little better. Bishop should probably go back to e7 after bishop b6, b4 could turn out to be a little weak. Even though you could convince me that bishop b6, a5. Bishop c7 to control this diagonal is worth doing. Bishop a7 Could you talk me into that one too? Maybe. I guess I should exchange it and then try to use the somewhat weakened dark squares on the queen side. But you could certainly argue for different moves here as well. So far so good. I still think white's a little better, but the Henker did get an absolutely playable position. So I did not really manage to refute 1b5. But overall, or generally my approach is when you're facing a seldom used move like 1b5, that one should not spend too much time trying to refute them, but instead try to make like half natural moves. Normally you'll get a pleasant enough position if you just develop your pieces instead of thinking, oh, but he played this rare move, I must punish him. And then it's very important to show off by pre-moving, guessing his aggressive intentions. 95 has a bit of a drawback in form of the a7 rook, but I don't want him to ruin my structure. So I'll take here and then let him sweat it out. Did I see that a7 is hanging? I did see. So sorry about that. Der Henker. Yeah, he had to spend one move on going back to a8, I guess. Bring the rook here. And there's all to play for, like I said. Black's position looked fairly reasonable to me. Right. I'm not sure if you guys know this, but rook up is arguably my main area of expertise. One chapter in the book will be, when you're rook up, try not to blunder everything instantly. But if you do, and if you run into stuff like bishop takes c2, you can probably still win, because you started out being a rook up. So it's gonna be part of the good technique chapter, like not the Yusupov style good technique, but the Jan style good technique, like being a rook up, blundering a couple pawns back, and then still winning. Blitz Dating is asking, will Chess 24 report live from the candidates tournament in Berlin? I'm very confident there will be live stuff. Can't really speak on details and so on yet, but we'll get stuff done. Don't you worry, won't miss the candidates. Might even bring in some big guns. We only have one big gun, so you can't figure out who that is. But yeah, can't really speak on it yet. I can play somebody else though. Thanks for the game, Der Henker. Who should I play? It's so tough to choose, is it not? Let's play someone I've never played before. Little in-between snack, like Tori. That sounded condescending, didn't it? I apologize, Tori. I didn't mean it that way. The good old triangle. Bishop f4. Hang on, there's this trick, right? How does this go? DC, e3, b5, a4. There's some way to blunder all my pieces here, but I forgot how it goes. Anyway, after e4, I will defend this pawn. This is the typical situation where we grab the pawn on c4, and now what we want to do is go bishop b7, a6, knight b7, bishop b7 castles, and then, ideally, a carefully prepared c6, c5. And it should be hard for white to get full compensation for the extra pawn. We had some similar stuff in yesterday's German show with both colors, where once I blundered this pawn in the opening, not paying attention. Once I grabbed it, which I felt better about. Of course, white has some compensation with the full pawn center, but generally it's not enough if you didn't get provoked weaknesses here. Like in the theoretical, what's it called, anti-Moscow, black has to go h6, g5, or the one winning, stuff like that. 94. That's a bit of a mistake because this bishop was under attack. Sorry, Tori. Tori is upset with himself. Yeah, I am sorry. Black was fine, but these positions, yeah, of course, they are not resigns yet because here sometimes there's hope to build up some kingside attack. But I take black with the extra pawn, of course. Anyway, sorry about that. Things happen. Next time, Tori. Let's play another game. What about Lorenzo? Lorenzo Cocconcelli. What a name. I would, if I could legally, I guess I could do that. I don't know. I could change my name from Jan Gustafsson to Lorenzo Cocconcelli tomorrow. I think I would do it. I like that name, Lorenzo. Even though I wouldn't, but only because it's Lorenzo is too close to Lawrence, and I don't want any Lawrence Trent confusion. But other than that, I applaud you for your name, Lorenzo Cocconcelli. Here we go. There's a lot of stuff one can play here. I'll Kramnik it up and play this e3 knight e2, which is one of the weirdest setups. But if Kramnik's done it, there's always gonna be a point to it. I am trying to remember what I'm supposed to do after dc4. Knight a3? Okay, he goes for b6, which is perfectly natural. Followed by bishop b7. And now, yeah, we just get a roughly equal sort of play position. Not sure about a4. But somehow I like the idea of putting this bishop here and pretending in some lines to be able to go a4, a5. dc, alright. Positionally, dc is very risky. The idea was to follow up with a direct e5, but I wouldn't have done it. Looks too committal to me. a5 I'm also not sure about if he takes. I'm not sure how I'm planning to justify that investment, but it feels like after rook b1 or queen a4 or whatever, maybe c5 first even, that I should have pretty good play. People bring up a good point that if I change my name to Lorenzo Cocconcelli, then the country could no longer be called Yanistan, it would be called Cocconcellistan, which sounds a little too long. So yeah, it's not going to happen, but I still like your name. Here? Still trying to figure out where my pieces should go. Not sure. Chess is very tough like that. I'm guessing we've agreed that ba5 is not much of a threat, so I'll stop worrying about it. After ba, I can probably just fix the structure, go c5 at any point, but not sure about any of this. Because after c5 there's bishop a6, that's what made me go ugh earlier on. In the chat, there's the usual discussion who should have gotten a wild card for the candidates. I think, first of all, that Kramnik is an incredibly worthy player, and it's great to have him in the candidates. What's his rating? 2800, right? He's number 3 in the world. So, of course, MVL is a great player too and would have deserved it as well. But I think to say, no, Kramnik is not the right choice is, I don't know. I don't agree with that because Kramnik is fantastic. And also, it's in reality, who puts up the money can decide who gets the wild card, right? Like, so I think we can't complain about it at all. And I'm very much looking forward to the candidates, even though, of course, MVL, who's a great guy, and my teammate, both in Ban and on Team Carlson in the past, of course, could have gotten in there. But I'm pretty sure he will have more chances in the future. The distant future, the year 2000. I'm not sure I'll have any more chances in this game if I continue philosophizing about the candidates. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. At some point I should do something. But I have a feeling the time is not ripe yet to go for d5. Soon though. Oh, some love for Anish. This must be a first. On Chess 24, people saying Anish deserved to be in there. I'd love to have Anish in there, if only because it's always good for clicks and action in the commentary, even though I'm a big Anish fan, so I never understood at all why there's these many Anish haters. But yeah, I guess his problem from a wildcard perspective is first of all that the organizers aren't Dutch, and secondly that his great result recently at Vaikensee came after the wildcards were determined. So he's not in time for that. But same story as with MVL. Anish is young. We have not heard the last of Dr. Giggy, I'm fairly certain. Can I take your piece, Lorenzo? Because I will. What's going on? Now you're gonna pretend like this was all part of the plan? You cannot fool me. I don't believe you. We don't believe you. You need more people. Anyway, how do I keep my peace? Oh, no time either. Ugh, I don't want to have to think, Lorenzo. Stop making me think. Here looks clumsy. Okay, time to speed up. I will not be flagged. Just so you know. You thinking? You can't flag me by thinking. Great job speeding up, Jan. Great job putting my knight on the clumsiest square you could imagine. Okay, good thing I'm a piece up, so I have some margin for horsing around. And Lorenzo does resign. Right, time to play another noob, Anton Schaffer. I've never played Dr. Anton. Anton Schaffer, number 3. Goes for 1d4. And I'm so sick of this system. No offense, Anton Schaffer, it's perfectly fine, and everybody's playing it. Like, even my boy Peter Heine Nielsen, I saw him starting to play this with white in the Bundesliga sitting next to me. If the big theoreticians are starting to go for London, it's fine, I'm just so bored of this. Anyway, if you want to know my theoretical advice in this position, you can check out my video series on, 1d4 sidelines, part 4 of my black repertoire, where I believe I'm giving this line. 94, that is a move I did not mention, but it doesn't look very logical, because you want to fight for the center, Anton. So ED or CD are the more logical moves in my opinion. Bishop d6 maybe is a little cleaner, but I want to leave some pieces on the board. Even though white is still very solid here, it's going to be hard to shake the structure. But try we shall. Dutch defender is saying, when the Brexit is completed, the London will be disallowed. I don't know. Berlin Wall is still out there, isn't it? Fairly popular opening. Kendall Anderson is asking, is Jan sick again? I'm asking myself the same thing. I feel like I'm on the verge, but I was just sick. I just recovered, so I'm really not in the mood to get another cold. And I just refuse to get one. It's really starting to annoy me greatly that I can't shake these colds. Effing Hamburg, effing winter. And too many people out there with colds. I believe this is not a scientific theory, so don't publish it anywhere. I'm sure you normally publish all my scientific views. I believe that since I stopped smoking, I'm getting more colds, which, yeah, I've stopped for, I don't know, 2 years now, or a year and a half maybe. And I think my body is no longer used to wrestling with all that poison, like under that constant attack, or through the nicotine or whatever it is. I was never getting any colds, because my body was always alert. Well, now it dropped the defenses and thought, okay, I'm safe. We're done smoking. And that's why I'm much more vulnerable to all these colds. I'm not sure. That might be. I should probably start working for the cigarette industry, right? That's the best case anybody's ever made for smoking. But yeah, as I said, I'm not sure that's true. But I have a feeling that I've been catching a lot more colds since then. Anyway, this bishop was too strong, so it must be exchanged. And no, don't worry, I'm not intending to start smoking again. Don't worry, like, what do you care? I won't start smoking again, but I'm just observing I've been getting more colds, which really bothers me. The problem is whenever you talk about smoking in any setting, like, people will always come out and like tell you, oh no, please don't start again. It's really bad for you. Like, even when I was smoking, I think most smokers are sort of aware it's not good for you. It's similar than when someone breaks a glass, and there's always gonna be someone who says, oh, careful, don't step anywhere. Like, oh, I had no idea. I was really intending to grab this glass with my bare hands and rub it all over my face, feel it's a similar effect when it comes to talking about smoking. There's always going to be like an army of people telling you, it's really bad for you. Please think about this. Don't start again. I got it. How can I win this game against Anton? I want to fork him. 93, night before. Somehow. Obviously, another person to blame for all these sicknesses is my daughter coming back from kindergarten, where they're all licking on each other's toys, and they're bringing home all kinds of things. I've been told by fellow parents that once they turn like 2, you're out of the worst. But yeah, I don't enjoy all these colds. It's really so annoying. And I'm also very, very whiny, which I'm sure you've realized. So it will make me complain non-stop and make me even more unpleasant to be around. Anyway, I feel I'm not fully there yet. It's one of these days where the cold decides if it wants to move into my body or not, and I'll fight it. I'll drink all my camel tea. Camel tea? That sounds like almost like a dirty word. It's probably not how you say it, right? Camel tea in English? Chamomile? Camel tea. English. Chamomile. That's the word I was looking for. Chamomile tea. See, I'm thinking of cigarettes now. Camel tea. We're not using words like camel tea on this program. This is a family-friendly show. If families are into watching a borderline depressed, normally dealing with a slight cold, and narcissistic German grandmaster play blitz games against players he normally outranks by like 1,500 points. Which is typical, good, clean family fun on a Saturday afternoon, right? Who shall we play, though? I've mentioned it many times. Please challenge me to 5-minute games, so I'll make more of a conscious effort to ignore the 3-minute challenges, because I just saw one. I almost clicked on it. What about this guy? Giggy Mosh? And thanks for the game, Anton Schaffer. Sorry, I got distracted there. Near the end, after I got the knight fork in, things did look up. Dutch defender is pointing out that there's enough time to have a cold when you're dead. Yeah, I tried handling sleeping the same way at some point, but being fragile as I am, figured out that when I sleep for like 5 hours a night for 1 or 2 nights in a row, I pretty much turn into a zombie already. So there's not that much of a difference between being sleep deprived and dead. So I'm gonna have to do the sleeping like this. You can sleep when you're dead. Never worked for me. Giggy Mosh might not be around. I'm pretty sure he's fine though. But I'm gonna have to abort this one. Sorry, Gigo. Chicho. Gigo. Let's play Cobra. I have a feeling I've played Cobra a lot, probably in Bullet. That's an addiction I have to get rid of, by the way. I'm playing way too much Bullet. Doesn't give me any pleasure. I just get upset whenever I lose a game. It's this instant gratification, right? You click, and normally, or often you win a game. I don't know. Gotta stop playing Bullet. Ken Anderson is saying Jan could show us his chess books. Yeah, those are really decoration. I'm in the basement, like the room. I have two basement rooms. The room next to this one is full of old chess books, but I haven't gotten new chess books. I haven't bought any for a long time, unless I need them to do research on some video series. But maybe that should change. Any chess book publishers watching? If you send me free chess books, I'll look at them and mention them in the show maybe. Maybe not. I'm not sure that's a good plug. But yeah, I would like to stay more in touch with up and coming chess books. See, I can't even speak. So that's gonna be tough for the reviews. What I'm saying is, yeah, I haven't really stayed in touch with the chess book market for a long time now. I got the Gelfand books, which I enjoyed. That's about it in the last couple of years. Unless, yeah, I need some theory book for my video series. Like I got this Italian book by Müller and Sulaitis when I was working on the Black Repertoire series. I got all the Nimzo books out there when I did the Nimzo series. Stuff like that. But for myself, yeah, I haven't gotten chess books. For a while. I'm not sure they move the needle that much for me, but it's also sort of sad to lose your curiosity, because as a kid or when I was an up-and-coming player, again, that up-and-coming term, I would just read whatever I could get my hands on. And that hunger for chess input has, yeah, become a little less. So I should maybe reawaken it. Maybe it's also because of the internet. We've talked about this earlier. It's hard to focus on a book, but I should try. What I'm saying is I'm not really a useful source of information when it comes to chess books, but I have lots of them in the other room. What do we have here? Some Kasparov books. Opening for White, according to Kramnik and Tana. Those were good books in the days. How to play chess and games. Should look into that one day. Kramnik, My Life and Games. That's, yeah, by Damsky and Kramnik. Yeah, some books there. Anyway, let's focus on Professor Dr. Cobra here. Cobra, are those? Where's Cobra the bad guys? Is that Captain America? Are they called Cobra? Nah, maybe not. G.I. Joe? Let me Google. Cobra. It's probably with a C in US movie. Cobra movie. No, I don't mean the Snake Plissken movies. Maybe I'm wrong. Cobra organization. It's G.I. Joe. Okay. Excellent movies, I've been told. No, I'm kidding. I've been told they're horrible. But is the cold gonna win? I can't deal with another cold. I just finished one. I can't deal with Cobra though, because this attack is already looking dangerous. Dangerous. Uh-oh. After h5, do I go g4 or do I go knight e4? They both look nice. I can't decide though. g4, f6 would probably happen. Takes. Looks sort of winning too, but a little messier than my usual approach. Well, knight e4, knight d7, bishop g5, queen e8. Yeah, this looks fairly clean. Oh yeah, apologies for the coughing. I did not hit the mute button in time. Hmm. Lot of attackers dealing with the Cobra King. I have a feeling this king shall not emerge unscathed. Is that a word? You hear it, but I don't really know what it means. Emerge, what it means? What it mean? I'm from the street. Emerge unscathed. Okay, I sort of do know what it means. I don't know how to pronounce it, is what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm saying. I'm delirious. But Cobra is getting checkmated here. Sorry, Cobra. Get those pieces out. Without those pieces, it's normally very hard to defend. This is Resignsville already. What are we talking about? The Henker saying medicine never tasted so well? What medicine is that? I'll take anything. Teaspoon of mustard seed to that mix? Is Broken Cipher giving his health recipes? Cobra does resign. Yeah, that position was no longer tenable. Sorry, Cobra. Let's play more chess games. Not like I have anything to do. I'm home alone. Degenerating it up. I should make plans for the night. Because if I'm left alone too long by my own devices, it can get ugly. Like, the flat can get ugly. I think the living room table already looks... Does that mean I should do cleaning? Nah. Oh, I clicked on Mr. Dodgy? Why would I do such a thing? He goes 1 c4. And g3. Can I go for this? c6, d5? I guess e6, d5 would be my main repertoire. But it's a little dull. And we want to ask Mr. Dodgy questions. ASAP. I'm not sure what questions, but I'm sure you guys have some questions for Mr. Dodgy. What's the theory here? Castles and knight bd7 is the main move. b5 is something I was sometimes doing. Is this a move? Looks dumb. But it's a question. Let's ask questions. Knight bd7, knight g5, bishop d5, e4. Nah, don't like it. Ugh, I'm playing like a sicko. And I don't like to give Mr. Dodgy any joy. So I better focus now. I believe I've already drawn this fine gentleman twice. That's enough. This looks like a dumb move. Should have taken. Who says A should also say B. Or C. A, B, C. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Weird position. I guess I'm worse because of this extra space that white has in the center and because I still need some time to get my pieces out. But at least it's fairly unbalanced, and I'll find a way to mess up Dodgy Boy. Hopefully. Because if not, I'll be very sad. And worse, he'll be happy. Like me being sad is sort of the normal status quo, but others happy, that's really the one I can't take. So knight e5, knight takes e5, d, e. Let's say knight d7, what's that position? Bishop a8, queen a8, do I have full comp there? I'm not sure, but it's interesting. Might not be full comp, but there's some compensation. Bishop h3 is there. And even long term, with this long diagonal and the pawns on the queen side, c4 being slightly weak, it does not look hopeless at least. Use e4. I'll take, I guess. Yeah, I was thinking if throwing in bishop h3 or something makes sense, but not a lot. I'm daydreaming though. What was I intending to do after f4? No! Am I gonna lose to Dochi? That'd be a very sad day. Very sad indeed. See how I'm focused, trying to avoid the loss? But since I'm a rook down, that won't be easy. Rook f2! Ambitious! Bishop d3, queen a4 check. Yeah, it doesn't look great. I have to admit, great it does not look. But what are you gonna do? Queen c5 is also a bit of a problem. Okay. One problem at a time. Thing is, if you're rook down and your other rook doesn't really participate, often you will be in some trouble. I can't even think of a way to swindle him here, really. But I must find one, or he'll be happy. And we've discussed that topic. Oh, queen b3, new problems. All right, how close are we on the swindle scale? Queen b8 checkmate, sort of bad news. Good game, Mr. Dodgy. Not good game, Jan, I should say. But yeah, missing f4 was sort of not ideal. This position I still think is okay if I go bishop e5. But knight e5, f4, ran into some trouble. So that's bad news. Made Dodgy happy. So hard to shut up already. And yeah, good game. What can I say? Don't blunder all your pieces. I can tell myself that. Now, what could I possibly do to make myself whole again after losing to Dodgy? I think there's not much I can do, but I could break my rule of not playing 3-minute guys and accept this one, because I must re-establish my street cred by beating Faulty. I'm not sure that will give me a lot of street cred. Not only does he challenge me to a 3-minute game, he's then not there to play. Sorry, Faulty. Not gonna be able to do it. All right, last game of the day before I go. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I should. It's all these problems of real life when you're by yourself. I should get food. I should probably socialize. I should clean the house. Ugh. I should crush Noir Desir. That one I can focus on, but it's gonna be, even that one's gonna be tough. We haven't played Queen C2 Nimzo for a while, so let's do it this time around. Oh yeah, I should try not to get sick. There's also that. A3 or CD? Well, let me try CD this time. Let's see what Noir is up to. He goes ED, Queen D5 also. A very, very major move here. But these lines are fun. C5, DC, G5, Bishop G3, Knight E4. All kinds of hell breaking loose. Bishop here. I'm scrolling through the chat, that's why I'm staring into that direction. The Henka is saying they're objectively not that good, but I still like them. What's that? Chess games? And the Henka is saying, he's talking about 1b5. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's just a speech I like. I like giving when people play sidelines, but my honest advice is normally, in order to improve, the sooner you stop playing sidelines and start playing main lines, the better. But, of course, everybody's entitled to do whatever they want to do. What is this? E3, Queen A5? The Knight C6 is not common, is it? Knight E2, what shall I do? Bishop D3, Knight F3. So many moves. Bishop D3, D4 is what I'm trying to figure out. I have made zero progress trying to figure it out. Maybe this? I'm very confused, as usual. Normally you get this position without Knight C6, don't you? Or am I hallucinating? I guess it's not the right time to try to half-assed remember what the theory books say here. But instead, maybe make some moves. Bishop F5. Queen C1, can I do that? Knight C5, A, B, Knight D3. Ugh, looks scary. King D2. Ugh, Mr. Dodgy is admitting he's studying chess. That's unfair. I just told you guys, I haven't read a chess book in forever, and he's watching theory series. That's very unfair. And I think you will feel slightly guilty about your victory now that you've admitted that you've studied that topic. Like whenever someone studies, I feel their victories are completely worthless. In chess, the only thing that counts is using our great natural gift without having looked at anything ever to prove we're smarter than everybody. Like everybody can win by just memorizing all this theory, right? And no, I was not serious about anything I just said. But it's the stereotypes I've had to deal with all my life, and they hurt my feelings because I'm so insecure about my intelligence and my God-given talents that I always feel like justifying myself like, no, I don't know just opening theory. I'm also really, really smart. That's why when I started playing chess, I was already 2,650. It's not like I had to learn over the years, because no one has to learn anything. It's how gifted you are. You start and you're either big champion or not. I was a big champion. And Mr. Dodgy is saying at least it was a Chess 24 series. Okay, I guess I can sort of forgive him for that. I don't know. This might be... Yeah, I guess it's probably not the company line to discourage people from watching Chess 24 series. So I'm not sure how I should feel about that. I have very mixed feelings. Give me that. I have zero mixed feelings about taking pawns. Never have had. Never have had. Give me that. Give me that too. Even though maybe I should curb my greed. Okay, if it's with check, I'll take it. But if had he gone king h7, rook c6, then rook c8, I'm not sure. It's probably winning with the 2 extra pawns. But who the H knows these things with opposite colored bishop endgames? Probably people that know something about endgames, but I'm always very insecure if these things are winning or not. Okay, probably I shouldn't get checkmated. Alright, don't go f5. I know you want to. Don't do it. I know you want to. Pre-move. That's gonna be upsetting if I pre-move checkmate him. See? I hope it's upsetting, because I'm only happy if others are upset. Which might not be the way to live your life. Like if you... Yeah, this is the thing I'm wrestling with now that I'm kind of closer to my 40s. Not every human interaction is about getting in the last word or outsmarting the other. It's not the way to make friends. So this thing like, if you can be right or you can be kind, be kind. I'm not there yet at all, because it's not in my nature. My nature is to be like fake witty and get in a joke. But I should try maybe to embrace that kindness a little more. We've talked about it in the past. I've made zero progress, but that won't stop me from trying. Thank you guys so much for partaking in this program on this lively, not very lively, Saturday afternoon. Now you may go back to your binge watching of the Summer Olympics, Winter Olympics, of whatever show you're binging. I don't have a show to binge. This Altered Carbone, but I don't think I can do it. Didn't look that tempting. So I'll go and click through my Netflix and Amazon Prime while eating leftovers from the fridge, which is the way we should all live our lives. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Bye. Oh yeah, here Yanistan voucher code Go Premium. Where's the Yusupov series? Watch the Yusupov series. Where is it though? Here? Ah yeah, watch that. I'm there. I have a cold in that series too, so I sound more or less like I sounded today, except for the echo because we did it from the studio. That's all I have to say. Don't watch any theory series that will help you defeat me in the future. Not gonna be able to do it. I don't deal with defeat well. Thank you guys so much. Bye.